Hello everyone, Cousin here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1391 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for April 10th, 2025. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1391. I'm gonna start with the word trend. Okay, got the T green and R yellow, so I've placed T as the first letter, and I know that R goes somewhere else in this word. So it could... No, but that's a bit strange. It could be throw. Um, yeah, I don't really see anything else for now. So I'm just gonna guess throw and see what happens. Okay, I placed the T and R, and O is also in the word. So it could be turbo. It could be turbo. Or, what if the O goes between the T and R? Don't really see words that follow this pattern. So let's actually try turbo. That might be the Wordle answer. It is! Alright, so I got today's Wordle answer in 3 tries. So yeah. Yeah, I just made my guesses based on the previous clues, and they were quite perfect to the way that um I could guess it quite quickly. So yeah, that was very nice. I'll definitely take that. Got today's Wordle answer turbo in 3 tries. This is Wordle number 1391. Let's move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is April 10th, 2025. Let's now start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. I see that the digit 6 in block 2 is forced into one of these two cells. This one points down and this one points left. So in block 7, the digit 1 is forced into column 1. So one's here and this one points up. The digit 3 in block 5 is forced into this cell. This 3 points left and this 3 points up. So in block 1, the digit 3 is forced into row 3. These 9s point down and this cell sees another 9. These 7s point right and this cell sees another 7. So in block 6, the digit 7 is forced into this cell. These 7s point up. And the digit 7 in block 8 is forced into this cell. This 8 points down, so the digit 8 in block 8 is forced into row 7. These 2s point left and this cell sees another 2. So in block 4, the digit 2 is forced into this cell. The missing digits of block 4 are 4, 5, and 8. They're possible to be placed like this, because this cell sees 4 and this cell sees 5. Okay, this 6 points down and this 6 points right. So in block 6, the digit 6 is forced into row 5. So the digit 6 in block 5 is forced into one of these two cells. Or in row 6, because these two cells see 6, so 6 is also forced into one of these two cells in the row. Okay, now these 2's point up. So these two cells form a 2-7 pair. As you can see in block 1, the digits 2 and 7 are missing, but these 2's and 7's force both 2 and 7 into these two cells only. So in order to fit both 2 and 7 into block 1, I have to make these two cells reserved for 2 and 7. So these two cells form the 2-7 pair, and all other digits apart from 2 and 7 are eliminated from these two cells. So now 3 cannot go into this cell anymore. So the digit 3 in block 1 is forced into this cell after finding the 2-7 pair. And in other words, the other 3 open cells in block 1, they form a 1-4-8 triple, because these 3 cells must contain the other missing digits of block 1, which are not 2 and 7. So 2 and 7 being here means that these 3 cells are for 1, 4, and 8. These 3's point down, and this cell sees another 3. For column 2, 1, 4, 5, and 8 are the missing digits, but this cell sees 1, so it's only 4, 5, or 8. Okay, now this 5 points right, and this 5 points up. So in block 3, the digit 5 is forced into column 8. This 4 points left and this 4 points up, so in block 5, the digit 4 is forced into column 6. So these 4's point up. Oh, now, in row 3, 4 is a missing digit, so I have to put 4 somewhere in this row, but this cell cannot contain 4 because of the 2-7 pair. This cell sees 4, this cell sees 4 from block 5, and this cell also sees another 4. Alright, sorry for that. Let's continue. Um, you notice a cut in the time, because I, paused for about 20 seconds. Okay, anyway, this cell cannot contain 4 because of the 2-7 pair. This cell sees 4, this cell sees a hidden 4, and this cell also sees another 4. But I still have to put 4 somewhere in row 3 because it's missing. So in row 3, the digit 4 is forced into this cell, because this is the only cell available for 4 in this row. All other open cells in the row cannot contain a 4, so it can only go here, so it is forced. So then the digit 4 in block 9 is forced into this cell, and after I place this 4, the digit 5 in block 3 gets forced into this cell. In block 2, 5 is now forced into one of these two cells, so they form a 5-6 pair. As you can see in block 2, the digits 5 and 6 are missing. These 5's and 6's force both 5 and 6 into these two cells only. So, to fit both 5 and 6 into block 2, I have to make these two cells reserved for 5 and 6. So these two cells form the 5-6 pair, and all other digits are eliminated from these two cells. Okay, which means that the other two open cells in row 3 contain 2 and 7, because it lies on this pair. Both of the cells involved in this pair lie in the same row, so they also work for the same row, which is row 3. So this 5-6 pair makes the other two open cells in row 3 a 2-7 pair, but this cell sees 2. So actually I can place 7 and 2 this way, and I can place the last 7 in this Sudoku puzzle in this cell. So all 7's are placed. Okay, this 2 points up, and after I place these digits, I can force the digit 2 into row 2 in block 3. So all of these 2's force the digit 2 into this cell in block 2. These 2's point down, and these 2's point right. And 2 gets placed in this cell. Alright, now, the digit 4 in block 2 is forced into this cell. Okay, now the digit 8 in block 8 is forced into this cell. These two cells form a 5-6 pair for block 8, but this cell sees a 5. So 6 and 5 this way, which makes this cell A9 to complete the column. And after I place 9 into this cell, it can only be a 6 for the row, leaving a 5-8 pair in row 6. Okay, these 9s point right. Oh, and right. This 5-6 pair means that the other two open cells in block 2 contain 1 and 9. Well, these two cells also see 1 and 9 from row 3, but anyway, the pair is a faster way to spot it. 9 and 1 this way because of the 9 down here. Okay, this cell now sees 6, so 5 and 6 placed this way. 4 and 5 are the missing digits of column 6, and in column 5, 1 and 8 are the missing digits. Okay, the digit 8 in block 1 is forced into this cell. This cell is a 9, and 2, 3, and 8 are the missing digits of row 2. This cell sees 8. Okay, I was just looking at row 9. I was thinking about the missing digits, and I found a naked single. So, this cell right here. Think about the possible digits that can go into this cell. This cell sees. What I mean by that is cannot contain. So this cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So the only digit possible to be in this cell is 8. So I must put an 8 into this cell, right? In Sudoku, we cannot leave cells to be empty. So to avoid empty cells, I must guarantee a digit into every single cell. And if this cell cannot contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, well then 8 is the only possible digits which can go into this cell, so I must make this cell an 8. Otherwise, if I exclude 8 from this cell, it would end up being empty, and that will break the Sudoku puzzle. So I must put an 8 into this cell to avoid empty cells. It literally cannot contain any other digits from 1 to 7 and 9. So it must be an 8. Alright, these 8 point right. And it leaves a 1, 2, 9 triple in row 9, where this cell sees a 1. This cell sees 8 and also 5, so for block 4, this cell is forced to be a 4, which makes this cell a 5, this a 4. These 4s point left. And in column 3, 3 and 6 are the missing digits, which makes the other 4 open cells in block 7 contain 1, 4, 5, and 9. But this cell sees 4, 5, and 9, so it can only be a 1. You can use the same method to think about the digits possible to be in this cell. This cell sees 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This cell sees 2 to 9, and it can only contain a 1. So I must put a 1 into this cell. It's the only it's the only possible digits which can go into this cell. If I exclude 1 from this cell, it would end up being empty, right? Because it sees all other digits, 2 through 9. So I must make this a 1 to avoid empty cells. Alright, for row 9, this cell now sees 1 and 2, so it must be a 9. Also forcing a 2 and 1 into these cells. The digit 1 in block 6 is forced into this cell, which makes this cell a 1. All 1s are placed. This cell is an 8 to complete column 5, which makes this 5, 8, 5. The cell is indeed a 6, which makes this a 3 to complete the row. Sorry, 8 and 9 are the missing digits of row 4. This cell now sees 2 and 3, so for row 2, this cell is forced to be an 8, and this cell also sees 2. So 2 and 3 this way, 9 and 8 this way. In column 9, 6 and 8 are the missing digits, but this cell sees 8. So I can place 6 and 8 this way, and for row 8, I still need 3 and 6, but this cell sees 6. So 3 and 6 this way, 3, 2, sorry, not a 2, it's 9, which is missing, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in about 14.5 minutes. So I would say the Sudoku puzzle is mostly straightforward, right difficulty, and yeah, I'll just go over the key spots as a quick summary. So, towards the beginning, I remember that there was the 2-7 pair in block 1. The 2-7 pair in block 1 helped place this 3 and the 1 for a triple, and sometime later, the 5-6 pair. Oh, but before that, I placed this 4. I found that by spotting row 3, all other open cells either saw a 4, it could be hidden, or it literally cannot contain a 4 because of a pair. The 2-7 pair eliminates it 4 from this cell, and the other cells see given 4s or hidden 4s, and 3 was placed into this cell. So 4 was forced into this cell for the row, and after that, I placed this 5, and then found the 5-6 pair in block 2. So yeah, the 5-6 pair here, which placed these digits. Alright, and then I don't really recall any other tricky spots. I think there was some naked singles. This 8 down here, yeah, this 8. In block 7, there were 2 actually. In block 7, this naked single 8, it could not contain 1 through 7 and 9, so it can only be 8. So this cell was a naked single 8. So as this cell. This cell was a naked single 1 because it literally could not contain any digits from 2 to 9. So it could only be 1. So I have to put 1 into this cell. So 8 and 1, these two cells were naked singles, so I had to put them to avoid empty cells. Because if I excluded them from these cells, they would end up being empty. So I had to, they were forced. So yeah. So yeah, the 2-7 pair in block 1, 5-6 pair in block 2, the placement of this 4, and the naked singles 8 and 1 in block 7 were the key spots. So hopefully through my detailed explanations, you'll find it more clear, a clearer concept, and should be more straightforward after explaining. So yeah, hopefully this video helped, and feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any questions or difficulties. I'll end it here. Today is April 10th, 2025. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1391 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for today. See you all next time. Bye!